In every case that I cover, my focus is always on the suspect. But in the Charlie Kirk case, and it doesn't even feel right saying that, it doesn't feel real, but in the Charlie Kirk situation, my focus right from the get-go was not on the suspect. I knew that they would catch the guy eventually. My focus right from the get-go has been on who else knew. Because it was clear as day that people knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. From the reactions from some people in the crowd to the fact that there was just so many people online hinting that they knew that something big or something bad was going to happen to Charlie. There were multiple social media accounts exposed. Literally in the minutes and hours after Charlie got hit, all of these social media accounts were getting exposed for hinting about something happening. Well, fast forward to today. The big breaking news this morning is that the suspect, Tyler Robinson, was living in an apartment with his trans partner, a guy by the name of Lance Twiggs. Now, once this information came out, the internet does what the internet is going to do. So the internet, along with myself, we all started digging into Lance Twiggs's sounds weird. We all started digging into his social media accounts. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, Lance Twiggs' social media accounts really blew the door off of this entire story. Because quickly, people were finding that Lance Twiggs was following an odd amount of people, all within the trans and furry community. He was following an odd amount of people who all seemed to be hinting that something was going to happen to Charlie before something happened to Charlie, all on their social media profiles. Now, I have a second channel, a channel by the name of Fat and Opinionated. I posted a whole video over there exposing a lot of this, and I go into it in more detail over there. So I want you to go watch that video, and I want you to subscribe. But I have a clip from that video that I need to show you so you guys understand what I'm talking about. And then after I show you this clip, I have what I think is the most concrete evidence of all, that these people knew for sure that there was going to be an attempt made on Charlie's life. And I feel like we have confirmation afterwards that they were indeed hinting that someone was going to kill Charlie. We're going to dig into that in just a moment. But like I said, I have a clip from my second channel. I'm going to show you this clip. Make sure you subscribe to that channel and watch that video as well. But I'll be right back with more after this clip. We have the suspect, Tyler Robinson. He lives with Lance Twiggs, okay, who is this trans furry guy. The trans furry guy is following other people in the trans community on social media, and it just so happens that the people he's following on social media are not only celebrating Charlie's death, but they're posting things like this right here that really makes me believe they may have known what was going to happen. Because right here, from someone named Churbum75M, we effing did it. Right after Charlie died, this person goes on social media, says we did it, and then in their other social media profiles, they post all of this crazy, evil, demonic stuff about Charlie, like this right here. POV, Charlie Kirk watching the video of his wife getting cracked by a homeless junkie in hell. So it just so happens that the people that Tyler Robinson's little trans boyfriend or whatever he is following on social media, it just so happens that they're celebrating Charlie's death. And they're saying we did it as if they had a part in it. Folks, I need you to understand that what you just saw is the tip of the iceberg, not even the tip of the iceberg. That's just one account of many. And all of these accounts have the same thing in common. They have a few things in common. They're all part of the trans community. Half of them are furries or whatever you want to call it. I don't even understand half of that stuff. But they're all leaving these hints in the days, sometimes 5 or 6 days in advance, leaving hints that something big is going to happen or that something bad is going to happen to Charlie. And then once Charlie got hit, all of these same people that were leaving these hints, they come out and they start celebrating. Some even go so far as to say, hey, we got him. And these aren't just random people from all over, from all over. These are people who are directly being followed on social media by Tyler and by Tyler's trans boyfriend, Lance Twiggs. And I got a lot more info about Lance Twiggs that we're going to get into in a future video. But now I want to show you some more evidence that these people knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. There is a bigger network of these weirdos out there that are in communication on these various apps, like in these various social media platforms. Discord, for example. We know that Tyler was communicating with Lance on Discord after what he did to Charlie. Lance should be in jail right now, but he's not. Hopefully he will be soon. And all of these accounts that are getting exposed right now, they're all deleting their accounts. They're scrubbing all of this information. So it's important for you guys to share this video. Share this video for sure. Because they're scrubbing their social media accounts now that this stuff is getting exposed. But I mentioned that I had, the biggest piece of evidence of all that proves that these people were indeed hinting at Charlie getting killed. I want to show you this post. We've seen a lot of posts like it. I've shown you posts like this one. But this one is the most damning of all, if you ask me. So, I believe sometime around September 5th, it says 5 days ago, this account says, you guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it. And then 5 days later, on the day that Charlie is tragically killed, this person comes back, updates that post from 5 days ago, talking about the big news that's coming, saying you'll know it when you see it. And he says, well, that's that. Someone then comments, gulp. And then he says, another chud bites the dust. Now, if you know how people talk in this community, I mean, you probably have seen it online before. If you followed some of these crazy cases, then unfortunately we have to deal with people from this community of people who think they're like dudes who think they're girls. We have to deal with these people pretty often when it comes to violent acts in America these days. So you kind of get used to some of the language that they're using. When he says another chud bites the dust, he's obviously talking about Charlie Kirk. It's blatantly obvious. And this is just the latest in a string of people who were obviously hinting at Charlie Kirk. At least, they were hinting at something bad happening to Charlie. To the extent of what they knew, I don't know. But someone's feeding them this information. And the fact that most of these people, not all, but most of them, are directly connected on social media with the suspect, or at the very least, the suspect's boyfriend, it's not hard to connect the dots here. Now, I don't know if law enforcement and the FBI is connecting these dots, but I can confirm that all of this information has been provided to the FBI. If we don't see arrest then I'm going to be really upset. And I think everyone should be. We should be demanding arrest because it's clear that people knew. And that means you're part of a bigger conspiracy. If you're in online groups talking about assassinating someone, and then that person gets assassinated, you are part of the bigger conspiracy to take that person out. Now, other people on social media have been digging through this guy's post, and there's a lot of weird stuff like him wearing a bra. Hey, bro, come with me into the woods. We'll transform into women. It'll be sick. No, it's not gay. Just trust me, man. Promise. Take my hand. Just take it, bro. So these people are extremely disturbed individuals, right? You can go through their social media accounts. They're furries. They dress up like catboys. All of this stuff. And this person actually exposed more information about the person behind the social media account. Meet Skylar Webster. Skylar is a radical far-left trans terrorist who had advanced knowledge of Charlie Kirk's situation. 5 days before the event, he posted, "You guys, I have something big coming soon. Just be sure to check the news. You'll know it when you see it." Then right after the event took place, he followed up and quote tweeted, saying, "Well, that's that. Another chud bites the dust." He followed those tweets up with a few other posts celebrating Charlie's death. Skylar is an high school student at UWash. So this guy's now locked down his account. And we're starting to see all of these people start to lock down their accounts. And I just want to know how many people had advanced knowledge of what was going to happen to Charlie. Like, don't get me wrong, right from the get-go, if you've been watching my videos, you already know. I've been trying to hammer it home every video that people knew. But I don't know if I could have even imagined that this many people knew. It looks like there's just, like I said, a whole entire network of people on social media that knew that something was going to happen to Charlie. And I believe there are people in the crowd that knew as well. Word was spreading, word got out there, and every single person that got that word needs to be held accountable. And like I said, this is the tip of the iceberg. This is just a few accounts. This is just some of the stuff that people were able to gather before these accounts were getting locked down and stuff was getting scrubbed. I'm hoping that the FBI and law enforcement and investigators whose job it is to be doing what we're doing online, they get paid good money for this. I hope that they got all of this stuff. And like I said, everything that I've talked to you about, I know they got. But I'm hoping they have more than me and more than the other people on social media, but I'm not confident of that because we saw social media identify the suspect before law enforcement, and then the dad had to turn him in. And as far as I know, law enforcement is only aware of like the Discord communications because they got the phone of the boyfriend at the apartment. So I don't know, folks. I don't know how things are going to go, but all I can do is lay out the information that I have for you. I can't make law enforcement and the FBI do their jobs and act on the information that I have, but I'm hoping they do. Because if they don't, then they're going to be partially responsible if something bad happens to someone else. And I can tell you for sure, you could go on social media right now. This is not happening behind closed doors in secret. They're on social media talking about who they're coming after next. They've already named names like Matt Walsh and people like that. They're already threatening to take out Charlie's wife after the statement she made last night. So things are really intense. And if the other people who are involved in this bigger conspiracy aren't brought in, things are going to get even worse. So TikTok, the FBI is on the clock. They need to take these people down before something happens. And if they don't, at the very least, The information is out there. So, it is what it is, man. You guys let me know what you think about this down in the comments below. While you're down there, hit that thumbs up, hit that subscribe, ring that notification bell. I'll talk to you all very soon at the next one.